Hey, welcome to Caching in the Northwest. You know, this is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and they call me Chris of the Northwest. And tonight, we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're looking to sell your Coldplay concert tickets, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
Yes, indeedy. I could not afford them in the first place, but if I had them, I'd sell them. No, I don't know if I sell them or not. If I had them.
You know, if you had them and you weren't having an affair, there's no reason to sell them.
Yeah, and from what I've been told, their live performances are truly quite the experience. So I don't think I'd sell them after all.
Okay.
But anyway, it is Thursday night. I'm Wits End. I'm glad all of you are here. And well, I'd say it's time to bring in our something or other, something, like we do every week, except, well, he's not here this week. So I will just say that it is time for a quick reminder that we appreciate the support of our patrons who help to keep this podcast coming each and every week. I'd like to thank Landshark. So they are one of our corporate Denali level sponsors, whether it's new containers, new caching gear, new whatever caching related merchandise you can think of. If there's something you want to get your spring geocaching on, or summertime, I should say now, order it online at landsharks.ca. We'd also like to thank Cachly. It's the premier geocaching app for iOS. Version 8.1 with Cachly Pro features offline maps of the entire world, and you can navigate while offline, get your counties on, get your DeLorme counts on, and all that kind of stuff. And you can finish all the grids that are fit to grid. Coming soon, CarPlay support, and you can find Cachly in the iOS App Store or go to cachly.com. Finally, thanks to Valemount. Valemount is where every season offers its own unique adventure. It's nestled in the mountains, surrounded by towering peaks, lush forests, and pristine rivers. It provides endless opportunities for year-round explorations. So head on up to Valemount and stop in at the visitor center and get some geocaching done up there. Have a great time. If you would like to know more about supporting the show, head over to the cachingnw.com website and click the Patreon link. It's there somewhere. Just you'll find it.
It's always there.
And we thank you in advance.
You know, Caching Cans wants to know, were we all supposed to wear orange?
Well, yeah.
Actually, it's a red shirt, kind of a tomato red shirt, but the lights are just funny.
And the funny part is it was completely unplanned.
Didn't plan this at all. Is this an early pumpkin spiced episode? No.
In fact,
I will never have one.
I left home this morning for work in a different shirt and then spilled all over that shirt at lunchtime and switched to this shirt. So
I started the day in a different shirt and then switched to this one when I had to be seen in public. Oh, my laces. I'm not wearing orange. Darn it.
Okay.
Alondro says I'm wearing orange, but it's black.
It is the new black.
You guys are having too much fun. But tonight we want to talk. Oh, one other thing to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my eyes dilated today. That's why it's a little darker in here. The bright lights are just painfully bright right now. So maybe as my eyes adjust and we go along, I'll turn them up a little bit, but
he's in the Cacher Protection Program.
Yes.
And let me jump in here and say for just a minute, it is time to bring in our prognosticating primate. Some say his idea of binge drinking is too yoo-hoos. And others say he's not xenophobic. He just doesn't like the warrior princess. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Hey, I'm late. I am so sorry.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
You know, yeah, I feel embarrassed. Do you know what I was doing?
I
was doing
my
last
internet
minute research for the show. Chris sent a message and said, before the show, you got to listen to this so that you're prepared. So I was like, oh crap. Okay. So I'm listening to it. And then I realized it's after 7:00. I'm probably supposed to be somewhere.
Well, we covered the sponsors for you already. So
thank you. Show is in good hands.
Chris is going to do the hashtags here. So you're just in time to hash the tag or tag the hash, one of the two. I don't know.
Tonight, our prognosticating primate, is going to talk about the future of geocaching since he's up on it now. He's got the whole system down. So use the hashtag future if you want to talk about the future of geocaching. And of course, use the hashtag FATAST to bring up any topic you want in the after show. And clearly, Land Monkey didn't get the dress code notification.
Well, actually, what I was going to say to CRS98 is black is the new orange black. So
That's
like
what
Alondro.
yeah, Alondro
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Funny. No, Wits End and I did not plan this.
or the background on the cast there. Yeah.
That I did change.
Well, it's the place I work at is the office building within which the place I work at is celebrating next week Summerween. So some
Summerween.
sort of Halloween in July kind of thing. I don't really understand. I didn't know it was a thing until this week. But I guess you guys are on top of it.
I wonder if that's why I saw a lot of Halloween costumes at Costco yesterday.
What?
Or Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I thought, what?
I guess maybe it's a new thing and we're old.
I guess. I don't know.
Summerween is an
Summerween.
unofficial holiday popularized by the Disney show Gravity Falls that celebrates Halloween in the summer. I thought it was maybe something in the summer you decided to give up. You wean yourself off.
I was going to say, I know a lot of summer weenies, but
I've never heard of that show.
Gravity Falls.
Good Morning America, who I don't know, much about them. Summerween is back for 2025. It's trend more popular than last year.
There you go. You're welcome.
Is it like Christmas in July? Well, it's July.
It is, except
the whole Halloween part.
Except for this.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's that close.
Compulsory office events. So much for some. So much fun for some.
Fortunately, my particular employer is not really heeding much attention to that particular thing. It's just the building management.
Well, you can always say that you dress like a geocacher.
There you go. Like a podcaster.
Yeah.
There you
And then
go.
they'll say, well,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
but you do actually have to wear pants to work.
Exactly.
In case you want to know, it's only 159 days left till Christmas.
Woo!
So you better order that thing you want to get now from Amazon with the slow shipping. It'll get there in time.
Get the fruitcake now. It'll be aged to perfection by Christmas.
I was
There
going
you
to
go.
say you'll eat it by then. Hey, how about if we jump on the news? Land Monkey, I'm going to throw you in at the deep end of news.
All right. Let me scroll down here. News. We have news.
News.
All right. Hey, Cave Point County Park north of Sturgeon Bay was evacuated briefly on July 2nd. Is it 2nd?
22nd.
22nd. Oh, I
there's
don't
two
have my
seconds
screen
there.
centered.
Okay.
It was truncated. July 22nd. I don't have issues with my eyes, at least not those bad.
Or are you drunkated?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I'm working on it. Anyhow, it was evacuated briefly the afternoon of July 22nd. So that's just a couple of days ago for a suspicious. Oh no. For a suspicious item that turned out less suspicious than first thought. We all know where this story is going now. Okay.
Land Monkey has not a redhead in the notes, but he already knows
Clearly.
where the story's going.
I said, oh no. At the same time, all of our listeners went, oh, okay, we know where this story is going.
Yep.
All right. The sheriff's office received a report about the suspicious item located in a very popular park on the Michigan shore or Lake Michigan shore. Deputies responded to the park and initiated precautionary measures, including clearing the park and closing it to public access. But shocker, twist in the story, investigation identified the item as a bum bum bum.
Munzie. Oh,
There's the twist in the
did I guess wrong? Oh,
as a geocache container, an item that geocaching participants try to find at a specific location or other random locations, depending on who found it last, by
right.
using coordinates on GPS devices. The scene subsequently was determined to be safe and the park reopened for normal use.
All right. Well, we all get
Did,
tired of those stories, but
Yeah.
we're glad that it turned out to be
we
just
did.
an innocuous geocache.
Did I give that story the right oomph, Chris? Were you
Oh
satisfied with how
boy,
that went?
I can't tell you how excited I was for you to read it in that tone of voice.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
found it. Oh, come on.
You're only allowed to get one oomph an hour. So,
Okay,
Uh,
I'm
uh,
done.
uh, uh, uh. That's all I've got.
Yeah,
CRS 98 says, let me guess, PVC pipe. I don't know. It didn't say what it was.
didn't say, but probably something that
probably.
wasn't a lock and lock. Because if it was a lock and lock, I don't think it. Somebody would have thought, "Oh, somebody up there saying it's here."
Yeah.
Now, the next story, I'm going to interrupt before Wits End digs into it. By the way, I'm having Land Monkey and Wits End read because with my eyes dilated, it's tough to read. Some letters really pop out at me and others disappear. And, you know, my screen isn't truncated, but I'm still may not read right.
It'll
So
make these show clothes really interesting.
yes,
Mhm.
it will. Maybe I'll blow things up to like 150%. It'll be like a teleprompter scrolling by.
That's right.
If you're gonna blow them up to 150%, just don't do it near Lake Michigan.
That's
Right.
right. So this next story took me off guard, and it was something that, as geocachers, I think we need to talk about and discuss, and give you guys some tips and tricks when you're out on the trail and something happens. So
Okay, so be less flippant, monkey, is what I'm hearing.
yeah, this one shocked me really,
Okay,
and it happened this week. So
now I'm
anyway,
curious.
with that,
Okay. Well, to get right to the nitty gritty of it all, there was a cougar attack in Olympic National Park. There's the short
Oh,
version of the story. But what surprised Chris and surprised me when he told me about it is that it happened on Sunday at 3:15 in the afternoon, which seems like an unusual time for that. I know that these attacks could happen
Mhm.
any time of the day, but it was a family. They were near the Victoria Overlook area on Hurricane Ridge. Paramedics and park staff promptly arranged for an air ambulance because the attack was on a 4-year-old child. Now, I'm
oh,
happy to say that the end paragraph here says the child has since been discharged from Harborview. So
okay,
I don't know what extent the child was injured, but at least it was not a fatality, which would have
Right.
been even worse.
right, yeah.
A little bit about Olympic National Park for anybody that's not familiar with it. It encompasses nearly 1 million acres of land, including glacier capped mountains, old growth temperate rainforests, and over 70 miles of wild coastline.
And the quietest spot.
Yes.
In the Hoh National or Hoh Rainforest.
Oh, rainforest. Yeah.
Is it just Hoh
And
Rainforest? Is there a national in there?
I
I don't
could be,
remember.
I'm not sure. I think it's also the wettest spot.
Yeah.
Something. The volume of rain is like 12 feet of rain a year or something astronomical. I don't know. If we
How
had a
could be
research,
182 feet? The ground still absorbs it over
I
there.
know.
That's no problem.
We don't have a research department tonight to find out, but somebody could probably look that up. Um, the cougar, the wild cat, was wearing a tracking collar. It bit the child while they were walking with the family on a trail. Park staff located and dispatched the animal
Mhm.
the following day. There are no current threats to the public. So apparently they sent him out for a pizza delivery or something. I'm not sure how you dispatch. Okay, yes. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I take that back. I do know how you dispatch Bad Kitty, and I'm glad there's no further threat from that particular cat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once a wild animal attacks a human, I don't think you got
Yeah,
a lot of choice.
right.
exactly. Once they say once a bear or and anything, a wolf gets the taste of human blood, then
Yeah.
you've got to put them down because they won't stop at just one.
According to the Mountain Lion Foundation, which today I learned that there's a Mountain Lion Foundation, they say mountain lion attacks on humans are incredibly rare. So that is some comforting news. There have been only 29 cases of fatal mountain lion attacks in the last 150 years. So the
That's
odds are
actually
pretty
a
good.
surprising number. That's surprisingly low.
Yes. So
Right.
that's also encouraging. And
Yeah.
only 2 people have died from cougar attacks in Washington state in the past roughly 100 years. So the latest one that they reference here was February of 24, so just over a year ago. There were a group of 5 bikers. They had a run in near Falls City, and there was a 60-year-old woman there suffered some severe injuries to her face and body from that. So be aware of cougars, mountain lions, pumas, different names for the same animal. They are sleek and graceful predators. They're strong, agile, and they have an awesome ability to jump. So they can vary from reddish brown to tawny to gray, black tips on their long ropey tails. And they sport spots on their hide until they're 4 or 5 months old. So cougars are bigger than other members of the cat family, and adult male cougars can weigh, get this, up to 180 pounds and measure 7 to 8 feet long from nose to tip of tail. So that's not a cat that you want to wrestle with.
No, even though if I'm in the same weight class as an adult male cougar, I still don't think I want to have that fight.
You would lose.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty fit, and I'm pulling for you, but I got to put my money on the mountain lion.
Yeah. No kidding.
Going back to the bikers. Okay. These are 5 people that were mountain biking on trails. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not talking, a biker gang. Well, maybe they are, who knows? But they actually pinned this cougar under one of their mountain bikes.
Oh, wow.
Head and claws, they got them under control, pinned it down till somebody could come and take care of it. So
Heather wants to give you a segue.
Okay. Well, the next paragraph says, what should I do? And Heather wants to know, how should we behave when we see one? Eye contact, look big, scream. So here's a few things they say you should do. Before you even head out, put on bright and highly contrasting clothing. I might suggest an orange t-shirt.
Clearly, you guys got the memo.
We
out
are
of the
safe.
3 of us, Land Monkey's not making it back.
That's right.
Cougar bait.
In this case, go out in red. You will come back.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
However, statistics say that cougar attacks in podcast studios are extremely rare.
Yeah,
there have been 0 in 150 years in the Northwest.
But here's what they recommend. First of all, stay on the trails. Don't go bushwhacking. I know the cache is right over there, but stay on the trail. Check your map to avoid getting lost, not because the cougar can read a map and,
I'll cut him off at this.
That's right. But if you know where you're going and you stay on the trail, you better keep your pets secure on leashes. I know it's cool when you're out in the middle of nowhere, let the dog run ahead. Maybe not so great for Fido in that case. And avoid jogging or mountain biking in low light conditions at dusk and dawn. Now, again, that national park one, the Olympic National Park, was 3:15 in the afternoon. So that sounds like
in July.
July. I think they were probably on the trail.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything about pets, but they're probably doing all those things.
Well, and there was a family of 4, right?
Right.
I would think they would make enough noise to scare away most predators.
Right.
That's what shocked me. So I went and collected more information.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Here's what you should do.
Okay. So according to the National Park Service, if you do not approach the animal, first of all. Don't run from the animal. You should stop, stay calm, and don't turn your back. You should face the animal, stand upright, talk calmly and firmly to the cougar, and give it a way to escape if you can, and do all you can to appear larger. So you can open your jacket, that gives you a big visual appearance. Raise your arms, wave your arms. You can get up above it because we'd all know the high ground is what you want to have. Step up on a rock or a
I
stump.
learned that from a movie.
Yes. I'm not sure which one that was. If you have small pets or small children with you, pick them up because they're prone to panic or flee. They don't know. They haven't watched the podcast. They don't know they're not supposed to run away. So pick them up, keep them with you so they don't flee, make rapid movements. And if the cougar does become more aggressive, you should become more aggressive towards it. Fight back if you're attacked.
That become more aggressive towards it surprised me.
Yeah.
I didn't think that, I've always heard, stand up, make yourself as big as possible. That works for most animals.
Intimidate them, yeah.
Yeah. Alondro says bear spray also works on cougars. Yes, it does.
I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it works on people.
Okay, so if you run or if your pet or child runs, a cougar is programmed to chase something that runs.
Yeah,
right? So that's why don't run, don't
Right.
flee, stay there. And
you
that's
become prey at that point.
exactly.
I
That's
mean,
why
you're
they
prey
say
already, but yeah.
pick up your children and keep them close to you. So yeah.
Crazy. Wow.
And apparently pin them down with a mountain bike.
If you have such a thing, Kinley Baker, I don't know Kinley.
Welcome to the podcast.
Now she has a good point. Maintain eye contact with cougars if confronted by one. Be big and loud like a bear, and give them an exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to resonate with the National Park Service advice.
Yes.
So spot on.
And Sirius 98 says, to be clear, only fight the cougar back in self-defense. Don't go on the offense.
Cougar. Ah!
Yeah.
Even if you are in the same weight class.
Yes.
Wet Coaster, I think, is not entirely being serious, but there's a real question here. What maps are you using that show cougar locations? Is there an option for bears? Is there a map of bear sightings?
I don't know that there is, but I know most trailheads have a poster with its safety information about the trail and maps and stuff, and they will often tell you which animals have been seen in that vicinity.
Yeah. I thought I read in here the trails where the cougar was seen, they now have, signs, big red letters, be wary of mountain lions. So,
yeah. Wow. That is crazy. I am so glad that kid is okay.
Yes,
I am
absolutely.
too. I am too.
I mean,
I don't
as
know.
You were reading through that story, as Chris said, I didn't pre-read anything tonight. So as you were reading through that, Jim, just when it's attacked a 4-year-old child, it's just my heart.
I had the same thought. I know,
and
I couldn't see how a 4-year-old child was going to survive a cougar attack. So wow.
And if it had ended differently, I probably would not have included it.
Right.
Just that's not the flow I want for this podcast, right?
Yeah.
However, I thought this happened at 3:00 in the afternoon on a popular trail.
Yeah.
I've got to tell geocachers, hey, you've got, hopefully as we're out geocaching, we're not entirely focused on that arrow and going that way.
Yeah.
That we don't see what's around us. Now, a cougar, a mountain lion, a puma, they're going to be stealthy, right? They could be pacing you, going parallel with you, and you will never know it.
Right.
So I realize you can't always.
The thing is, I mean, you get to a point where you're so hyper paranoid about everything that could go wrong, right?
Sure.
So I think there's some really good advice of things to do. To stay on the trails, wear oranges if you're a podcaster, and be aware. I think that was one of the key things that sort of just slipped under the radar on that, though. But be aware about recent wildlife sightings, so if you're going on a trail. And so if you're not comfortable with that and you come up to a trailhead and it has a sign that says bear spotted an area or cougar spotted an area, well, then maybe it's just not the right trail for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
even though it's rare, it can still happen. So CRS 98, who apparently is our research department this evening, says estimates say there are 2,400 cougars in Washington, 5,000 to 7,000 in BC. That's just BC's bigger.
It is, and there's less civilization in BC. There's more mountains and forests. So
more mountains for the lion.
So don't keep your head down and looking at your phone on the trail. Pull your head out of your apps and look around and make sure you see what's coming.
Oh, you delivered that with a straight face. That was brilliant. Well done.
By the way, speaking of
you win the internet tonight.
Research department, I did Google the Olympic rainforest, including areas like the Hoh rainforest, receives somewhere between 140 to 167 inches. That's 356 to 424 centimeters of rain every year.
4.5 meters of rain.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Isn't that? Yeah.
That's
did you say
your house?
Which end did you say 12 feet of rain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating that.
No, you weren't.
That's the number that stuck in my head. I remember when we visited there, the sign listed it and whatever, and I remember thinking that's about 12 feet of rain.
That's amazing.
That's amazing that it's not just all underwater.
And it's amazing that an old guy like me can remember that from all those years ago.
That's the most amazing part of the night. That and get your head out of your apps. Oh, that
I'm
one's
going to use that one for a while, Jim.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay, so I just wanted you to be aware. I'm not meaning to create paranoia, but I want to inform you and give you some strategies should this ever happen to you. There you go. Now, on with the show, as some might say. Geocaching HQ has a podcast. If you're not listening to it, you probably should. There's some great insider information there. And their latest episode talks with, oh, by the way, Chris Ronan, Rock Chalk, is the one who heads this up. So, that gives you an idea of the seriousness of the podcast.
The quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll just go with that.
And he doesn't show up early.
No, he does not show up early. No, it's an excellent podcast. And he had Jeremy and Brian on there. They mentioned Elias. Elias still, is still that mysterious, we don't know if he ever really existed person. We've never seen Brian, Jeremy, and Elias all in the same room at the same time. So
it's kind of like Laszlo.
Oh.
From Real Genius. No, that's different.
Okay. And they talked a little bit about, the 25-year history of geocaching. But towards the end of that, if you want to know, it's the 49-minute, 15-second mark, just in case I had to look at that recently. They talked about the future of geocaching. And it surprised me. And I wanted to bring this up to you guys and see what you think about the future of geocaching. The first thing they mentioned is something that you guys have brought up here on the podcast before, and that's the LilyPad chat application. So does somebody want to read that? Just read a little bit, maybe first paragraph, and we'll talk some.
So that LilyPad chat thing, it has come up in our chat rooms and everything. Mm-hmm. According to this, it's an application that hasn't yet been formally announced, but it's out there. On forums or emails, the website. It harks back to two prior concepts, one of them being geocaching live. And even before that, there was something called track on fly.
Which, if you just see it written, it doesn't occur to you what the pun is there.
Right?
You have to say it quickly, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, track and fly. Yeah. The core idea behind all these iterations is to bridge the gap in the geocaching experience. Typically, you find a cache, you return home, and then you log it. And this has kind of changed a lot with the advent of smartphone caching, I realize. But back in the day when I was the first geocacher, we had to go home and log our caches. It creates a passive log, and there's a significant disconnect in the community because you don't have real-time visibility into, other people out on the trail doing stuff. So the vision for both Track on Fly and Geocaching Live was that users could see each other on a map, actively pursue caches in your respective communities, and crucially maintain real-time communication between them. It's kind of an EPRS of GPS.
It is.
So they're trying to make geocaching a more interactive and communal activity. Once upon a time, people wrote logs in the logbook.
Yeah. Also true. We're all guilty of that now.
And I mean, you look at some of these old caches that still have the original logbook.
Yeah.
And, people wrote paragraphs in there.
Right.
Yeah. So the idea is actually LilyPad chat. I was first introduced to by Jeremy. I want to say it was at Land Monkey, your Geo Woodstock.
Okay.
I think he came by with a QR code and said, "Here, scan this."
I do remember that. Yeah.
And, oh, LilyPad chat. Huh. What is it? This is something I'm working on. So, I've been talking back and forth with Jeremy, sporadically. It's like, hey, do you want to come on and talk about this yet? No, it's not ready yet. Okay.
Yeah.
How about now?
How about now? So Lily Pad Chat, I have it. You can download it. You can make groups. Wits End, what was that app we were using that we could create group chats for a single event where we didn't really have to share our cell phone number, but we could jump into this app and
Yes.
yeah.
It was good. And
Yeah,
I don't remember the name of it.
That's kind of what this is about, right? It's kind of like geocaching messenger on steroids, a separate app that while you're out and about, if you oh look, Seebeck Tribe just joined the geocaching or caching in the Northwest group.
Oh, there you go.
Forgot I made that actually. But you can look if people are willing to share their location, and you may be granular enough to say, I want to share my location with these people instead of just sharing it to the public. You can see if they're out and about nearby you. Hey, I see you're here. You want to grab coffee or help me find this cache? Something to that extent. So do you guys remember Geocaching Live? It wasn't really an app, but it was like the first app was based on Geocaching Live. I believe it was an API.
It sounds familiar, but I just can't place it.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell with me. I tend to be too antisocial, I think, for that, I guess.
Let's see if I can find. I remember the logo, but I think it's been too far back for the internet to help me find it.
Yeah, well, I love that he was talking that, of course, LilyPad Chat can grow and add features, but the primary purpose was to allow you to open it while you're out in the field and see if there were other geocachers nearby.
Right.
Usually, if you struggle to find a cache, you might shoot up a flare to a friend and ask for a hint. With this, you could streamline the process and find other geocachers in your immediate vicinity for assistance and share your experiences with them.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting, so I part of my homework and my research for this episode, I installed LilyPad and signed up for it because I'd never had before. And what I didn't realize is that it also shows the caches, because the whole shoot up a flare thing, I thought, well, that's interesting. What's that all about? So the geocache map also shows up on LilyPad when you're on LilyPad. And so you can actually get a reasonable amount of information, and it's got a bit of, it looks like obviously an integration with the site through the API, I'm sure. But you can share a geocache with another person, another member on the LilyPad, I guess.
So Jeremy, he's got connections.
Yeah, I haven't really played around with it too much. I don't have any other connections with anybody else on it right now, but yeah, it's intriguing. I'm going to play around with it some more. I get the idea, the intent.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought was funniest about it, given that, now granted, it has the ability for you to at any time set yourself as invisible and not share your location.
Big button right on the screen, on off, visibility on off, right? So you can turn that off and say, no, I don't want to be found right now.
You can, but what I thought was ironic about this was, with all the attention and effort and focus Geocaching HQ had put on privacy around photos and all of this kind of stuff, that it's like, and we're going to have an app where you can just tell everybody where you are all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I mean,
I thought it was counterintuitive as well.
Yeah.
In fact, my phone has popped up and said, hey, LilyPad app has been using your location for 5 days. Do you want to turn that off? Oh, maybe I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have it only open when or allow it to use my location when that app is open.
Yeah. CRS 98 says, sounds fine in theory, but I suspect that most folks feel like this could be a bit too much oversharing. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that, I mean, granted, it has that button, but yeah, like Chris, like you said, if you forget to turn the button off, because you turned it on because like, oh yeah, I'll just play with this, and I'm out with some friends, or I'm, whatever, valid reason. But then you forget that it's on and it's running in the background. Yeah, and then I went to this outhouse, and then I went to this store, and then
I haven't looked at the app in quite a while. Land Monkeys that you just did. Is there a way maybe to filter so anybody that you're friends with on geocaching could see your location, but just the average geocacher couldn't? Seems
yeah,
like
the sharing that you can do of your location or of any data is actually pretty granular. You have levels that you can share.
Yeah.
So I
okay.
think I think I think they've honestly. Oh, thanks, Chris. I think they've addressed that concern. Yeah, you know what? What Coaster? It's a great use case. If you're at a mega event,
Mhm.
and you want your friends to be able to find you while you're there.
Yeah.
Great use case, very practical.
So there is an option under share my location. You can share it with all users. You can share it with selected users. You can select under selected users. It can be my friends. It can be starred friends, and it can also be my groups.
Is
So
there a wrench?
I don't know if there's a wrench. There's a star, apparently. A star is born.
There you go.
So you can set it that I only want these 3 people to be able to ever see my location.
There you go. Cool Cachers says he tried it for a short time, and Chris, you can set it to timeout of the location sharing after a set
That's a
amount of
good
time.
idea
So
too.
another
Hide
good.
your location after 60 minutes
Yeah.
There you
is
go.
what the default is. From
That's
5 to 120 minutes.
So all the cachers in your area don't follow you home.
Right. Come on home. Apparently I'm making burgers. Didn't realize that was open for everyone, but if you followed me, here you are.
But if you follow me home, you better bring beer. That's all I
Yeah,
can.
that's right. So anyway, lily pad chat I thought was interesting. I'm kind of glad they actually acknowledged it. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't feel right talking about it until somebody else did.
Well, now it's out there.
In this case, it was Jeremy. So
Yeah.
You should trust him.
he also talked about how geocaching can change in the future. Right.
Yeah.
So, we've all experienced armchair finds, armchair cachers, right? They're going to go out and they're going to say, oh, you know what? I found this. That's good enough. I'll just say I found it. Who's really going to go check the log? But is there a way to truly verify you were at a cache location? Somebody want to read that?
Sure. I'll grab this one, Jim, if you're okay with
Okay.
that. So we're asked to imagine a future where every geocache find is undeniably confirmed. And so this is done through the use of NFC, or what's it, near field communications.
Communications. Yep.
And the technology, the name that HQ has given the technology is Lodestone, which, if I'm not mistaken, was the name of one of the operations from the Bourne series. So there you
I
go.
thought it sounded familiar, but
That's where I think I recall it. But Lodestone envisions a system built on. It says envisions, but I think some of this actually exists. So
I'm throughout the interview, he says, we're going to be able to sell these. And so I had to go look in the store. They're already sold out.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
also.
you can go to the store, look for Lodestone, and it's an NFC chip.
So the thing is that, and if you go on the geocaching.com store and look for it, there's no photos of it. There's like just an icon for it.
Right.
It does explain what it is, and the price is pretty reasonable. I think it was about $5-6 US.
It was $6 US. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the idea is that you would have a Lodestone device, probably adhered into your geocache container. And because it's NFC, any phone, and most modern phones have that capability to use NFC communications. Basically, you can just tap that with your phone. And I'm not sure exactly. I imagine you would have to have a specific app on your phone for it to read, because there's certain data you would want to share, right? So.
Right. NFC chips can, Caching Can't says, I got a Lodestone tag. It was an NFC chip glued to a trackable tag.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, when you tapped your phone on it, it brought up a web page that explained the project.
So
Ah,
NFC, most phones will just interact with it automatically when you bring it close.
It's kind of
Right.
like scanning a QR code, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right. But there are different ways it can interact. Right. You can go and program an NFC chip that you could keep by your bedside that turns off a lamp at night. You're going to
Yep.
put your phone on it. That's it. Turn off the lamps or all the lights in the house. You can use it to log into Wi-Fi, right? For let's say like Airbnbs. Here,
Mhm.
scan here, boom, you're in our Wi-Fi. So it can be a lot of different things. The ones I've seen in geocaching, they bring up text, right? Here's a text box of,
Yeah.
what I want to
We
want
we
to know.
interacted with one on the Middle of Everywhere Geo Tour in West Virginia.
Mhm.
There was one under a bench there, and it gave
Right.
coordinates for the final location.
Boy, we are getting a lot of chat about this.
yeah. People
Yeah.
are curious about this. That's cool.
Um, Generally, NFC tags can be read by modern smartphones without installing any app.
Okay. There you go. Thank you.
The chip will tell you where it is if the cache. Will the chip tell you where it is if the cache gets stolen? No,
So
because
I,
you
but you
have
know
to
what's
be
cool
close
though?
to it.
What Scruffster's talking about though is the idea is like if you went like the whole AirTag idea,
Right.
Mhm.
That's
right?
AirTag.
So now all of a sudden, because other people's phones pick it up, and the owner of the lodestone gets messages to say, "Oh, you're not only is your lodestone uh, being picked up, but here's where it was picked up."
So AirTags are active, right? They're actively trying to communicate with other phones nearby and say, "Here I am," right? Send that flare back up so people know. NFC chip is passive by default. It waits till something comes near it. NFC is this CRS98 says is the same technology that most badges use to scan you into a building if you have
Right.
that kind of job.
Yep.
Right.
Right. So that works. By the way, uh, some people were mentioning Glimpse. That was the name of the app, Jim.
Oh, okay, that app.
Glimpse.
I was
Thank
thinking of a different app. But
Okay.
yes, Glimpse was a good app.
Wow,
Okay.
lots to talk about NFC in here.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot topic.
The chip is not aware where it is.
Yeah.
right. So you would have to have somehow it activate. This is where you'd need some sort of software on the phones, right, for it to activate.
The
have
phones already
phone-
have that software. That's kind of how the credit card readers work.
Yeah. Tap to
When-
pay.
Tap to
Right.
pay.
Yeah.
But
this
if
is-
but what I'm
there
saying
you
is
go.
if you wanted it to send a GPS location, that would be something unique you'd have to program in.
If you could do it, yes, then that would be something you program into the NFC chip and you have the phone do that action.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so they were talking about using this lodestone as a verified find,
hmm
right?
As the
What
starting idea for what it
is the
was.
starting idea for a verified find? What, there are first to find prizes, but what if those first to find prizes got amped up a bit?
Mm.
Right? What if it was a $25 Google Play card, Starbucks card, something, but somebody's going to sit there on their couch going, "I found it. Send me the card."
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you prove you found it? Right now we're talking some
Can
real
you prove
money.
I can't? You prove I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, pretty
Yes,
much.
you can.
You go to the log and
Yeah.
check the log. But
So, I mean, so it helps to combat those couch cashers
yeah,
that, say they did all this and well, maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
naughty couch cashers.
So it allows us to have more valuable and exclusive prizes, right?
It could also, if HQ wanted to do some sort of promotion with another company,
Hmm.
they could have it that you've got to find. HQ would go out and put caches, or it didn't
Mhm.
even have to be a specific, like an actual geocache. They could put whatever, but you could put stuff out with some company across Washington. You have one in each county in
Right.
Washington. And in order to, to qualify to get this
You have to find
geocoin
this
or whatever it is.
particular, yeah.
And as I'm saying, I'm thinking, what a great way to do a geo tour, to actually have a geo tour qualified.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, and the next one is sponsored content with real impact. So my mind went right to alcohol. I don't know why, but
Mine usually
what
goes.
was the last whiskey company that?
Oh, tin cup whiskey.
There you go. What if, you go find this cache, you verify with this NFC chip, maybe it takes you to a special web page, you put it in, they mail you something. Right?
Yeah,
There we go. First to find, it's verified you were actually there because you couldn't have got to this web page any other way.
that's cool.
And it's fair.
Yeah.
Right? Well, maybe not, right? I still have to work. I can't get there as soon as somebody who doesn't,
It's not fair for us working stiffs,
but it's slightly more fair.
There you go.
So I thought that was interesting. Also, we're running short, and
Yeah.
the chat is exploding.
That's awesome.
One other thing they brought up with Lodestone could significantly elevate the recently released treasures features on geocaching.
Now, how so? I listened. No, so I did listen to the podcast, but
Yeah.
Chris, share your thoughts on it.
Well, they were saying maybe they could start using, and they mentioned this when treasures first came on, that you can start trading treasures. Maybe you could go to an NFC or Lodestone enabled cache and drop off one of your treasures and pick up another.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
What's the game that does that? It's a collecting game. I've forgotten the name of it. It's still around.
Not Pokemon, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Kind of like a Pokemon gym, right? The
Yeah.
idea is it would make that cache repeatable. I want to go to it again so I can go get a different treasure.
Imagine that, people actually going back to a geocache they'd previously found.
Yeah. So it increases the repeatability, or it not only increases, it creates repeatability for
Right.
a geocache, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever went and visited a cache a second time just because, oh yeah, this is great, I just wanted to come back and see this again?
Yeah, not unless I was bringing a friend.
Bringing a friend, or maybe it's a large one you can drop off a travel bug. I'll go back there.
Yeah,
and do
travel
that.
bug hotel or something. Sure.
So interesting that they are looking at combining it with Adventure Labs.
Apparently, he said Adventure Labs is where this idea first came into
Yeah.
existence.
Yeah.
So as a way of, instead of having the traditional answer a question or multiple
Mhm.
choice, you'd be able to tap your phone to a lodestone tag to prove that you
That you
were
were there.
you were at the location, in order to either advance the storyline in a sequential
Mhm.
adventure lab, unlock subsequent stages, same kind of thing, and simply just to credit stage completion. But you know what? I bet open this up to our live audience, and you'll start to get some
Oh,
amazing ideas.
I'm sure.
That was one of the things they talked about in the podcast also that I
Mhm.
thought was pretty cool. Sorry, we'll get to Jafao in a sec, but was that they said one of the real values of these kinds of ideas is that, Brian and Elias and team, they'll have their idea and like, okay, I think we could use this for that. But they said what's great is we open this stuff up to the community and we're just
Mhm.
amazed at what comes back. And I think that's the fun of this game.
Yeah.
And that's what Jaffa is, thinking about, trying to get my head around how it would work with field puzzle caches where you have to get into the cache to log it. Lead lined,
To prevent just from the proximity activating it. Yeah, interesting.
perhaps just inside a ammo can is enough metal to
Could
stop
be.
the radio signal. I don't know.
Perhaps, or you have some sort of combination of you need to type in a numeric sequence that is written inside the container, in combination with the tap. I don't know.
Sierras 98 says use them to stop fake logging of trackables.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a good point. Yeah.
Mhm. It could be, you know, a stage in a multi. When you read the NFC chip, new coordinates are given. Heather
Yep.
says that one. Yep.
Similar to the Adventure Lab use
Mhm.
case. Yeah.
Right.
SB Dave is well ahead of the rest of us. He's already placed 5 NFC caches in Ventura County, California.
Well,
There
we
you
may have
go.
to
If you
have
want to experience this, go to Ventura. And I thought I
Yeah.
saw a bunch of it in the Washington State as well.
somebody did mention that there are several around. Sayhan and GeoJet there has a few in Seattle.
Mhm.
So,
There you go. We
Very
got to get GeoJet on the podcast. I
Yeah.
saw him again. He's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." Okay, we got to get you on.
All right. Let's get it booked.
And then Jeremy delved into a topic that I thought was really interesting. So using something like these lodestones could bring a whole new concept to the game of, you know, he suggests a caretaker system where players could tap in to become the designated guardians of a geocache.
there you go.
So what's the first thing you thought of? I did too. Foursquare.
Foursquare. Yeah.
You got to check in on Foursquare, right? I had to check in so
Oh,
I can
yeah.
become the mayor of this place.
I've never used Foursquare, but yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I did it just to spite someone. Like, you know, I'm here more
Really?
often than
You?
Yeah,
I
me.
can't imagine.
I know. Here, they're no longer mayor. I'm mayor now.
I am the captain now. Look at me. I am the captain.
That's basically what I did. Shh. I didn't say I was proud of it, but I did it a
But you enjoyed it.
little bit.
There's
Yeah.
some catharsis there. Yeah.
So, I don't know how this would work, but it's an interesting concept.
Sure is. Yeah.
But then again, that's a reason to return to a geocache. And every time you go back, you're kind of just doing a check-in. Hey, yeah, the cache is still here. Yeah, the cache is still here. Which, you know, that may be really nice for caches that are very difficult to find.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, I've beat my head against, you know, a cache, I don't know, 7 or 8 times just trying to find this cache. And, you know, the owner will check in about every, 20 or 30 DNFs because, well, yeah, it's a tough one to find. A lot of people don't find it. Yeah, it's still there.
There you go.
But, you know.
So use case for what you're describing, Jeremy's idea, the Foursquare like idea. CRS 98 says there's a lot of old geocaches that they need to be adopted. The CO is not active,
Right.
but the cache gets found occasionally, but it needs some maintenance.
Yep.
And so maybe sometimes somebody in the community will step up and do something, but it can't officially get adopted. Well, maybe it's a way
to become a guardian.
Yeah.
To have, maybe not an owner, but a guardian assigned because this person is committed. They went out over a 1-year period. They visited this cache 4 times. Okay, you qualify to be a guardian. I can see how people could misuse this as well. I'm not, and do that. Oh, Chris went 4 times. I'll go 5 times. But I think there's some good intent there.
I think there is. Yeah. So I thought all that was really quite interesting, right? It got me thinking of,
Yeah,
I'm really glad I see how users push this game along. Right. And I'm not saying that geocaching isn't, but it's really fun for me to get a little glimpse behind the scenes of them saying, hey, we're looking into something like this. What do you think?
Yeah.
We're going to try this. We're going to try this. Well, look at Adventure Labs, right? You remember challenges back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? 2008, I think they were. Those didn't go very well. People didn't like them. People seem to love Adventure Labs. So it's a different aspect to geocaching, yet it's integrated somehow. So I'm glad to see Geocaching HQ taking the effort to advance the game in different areas.
Yeah.
And just keeps it fair for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And WCAT said, I recently found an NFC James Bond cache down in the Portland area. Cool. Very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
GSM times two. So geocachers can be very creative abusers of the system.
Yeah, I mean, human nature, right?
Right.
Wherever there's potentially a loophole, someone's going to find it. The 98%, the 98% will be playing by the rules, and the 2% will do that. Yeah, but you know what? No, it's all good. Yeah, lots of great chat. So I'll tell you what, folks, um if you go back and scroll back through the chat at some point, if you're missing the live show, lots of different areas where people have suggested where there are NFC caches if you want to
Mhm.
try some out.
Normally I try to include the chat a lot more, but I had some things I wanted to get through, and it really was, the chat's almost overwhelming tonight. So
And we have no chat lackey tonight.
That's right. So you guys are awesome, but we just can't keep up with y'all.
that's right. That's
Uh,
right. That's why
but
we
we
brought
really
the chat
appreciate
lackey
it.
in to begin with.
Very cool. All right. Well, Chris, we're basically at time. Do you want to wrap it up for tonight, and maybe we'll have some other stuff to continue to talk about that comes out of the chat for all we know.
In the future,
Yeah.
we're going to talk more about the future of geocaching in the future when it's happening. Like next week is the future. We're going to talk more then.
Indeed.
But until then, folks, thank you for tuning in, and we really hoped you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest.
Do you want me to take the sponsors now, or
Who would normally do
I
those?
think it's only right.
Again, I'm so sorry I was late, guys. I want to take a moment to thank Land Sharks and Cashly and Tourism Valemount, our corporate Denali level sponsors. Landsharks.ca, that's LANDSHARKZ.ca, is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Cashly is the geocaching app for iOS. And hey, whether you're seeking outdoor thrills or just a peaceful retreat, Valemount awaits you. We want to thank all of our faithful Denali level sponsors, of course, Land Sharks, Cashly, and Tourism Valemount, but also Cool Cow Cachers, who we heard from tonight, and Hawaiian Miley, who I don't think I've heard from yet tonight, but often sneaks in there somewhere near the end.
Yes.
Could be.
She was not wearing orange or something.
Right. I was going to say, I think that was, yeah.
All right. But folks,
not
hey,
wearing orange, darn
not
it.
wearing orange, darn it. There you go. Folks, if you want to know more about supporting this here show, click the Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website.
Like, oh, I'm not up yet.
Like green words,
And we'd be Island Gal.
GeoNav Pro,
Trexer,
The Camp Clan.
Keats 94,
Skyhawker,
In the chat tonight, Alondro.
Ackerdoc,
JT Coffee.
In the chat tonight, Caching Cans.
GeoBirder.
In the chat tonight, Geo Karen from Denmark, I think I saw.
Yeah.
Via Chicago or something?
Yeah.
That's a serious trip.
Yeah.
Not in the chat tonight, just Carlo.
Not in the chat tonight that I saw, LG 9000.
J Car.
Kitty Quest.
In the chat tonight.
Yes, she was.
Alan.
Geocaches.
In the chat tonight. Kid Vegas 19.
Butterfly Girl.
Boomer 365.
At the event this weekend, Team Noltex.
BC Rock Crawler.
Genies.
Peach of Washington.
I lost my Ken.
Ah. In the
Sorry,
chat,
lost
Speedback
Ken.
Tribe.
Flagman.
Terrible Lunch, Great Cacher, Gas Station Tuna.
You Talks to Rocks.
We might have to get You Talks to Rocks to come out. She's making new cacher bags
Oh, fun.
that are quite popular. How about M-Nerve?
How about Limax?
And how about Mountain Bike?
Sprouter, who is in the chat.
Yes. In the chat tonight, Jaffa or Just Finding Our Way.
Subway Mark.
In the chat tonight, GSM times 2. Say, I told you it was a lively chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's everybody's in there tonight. Gundark 2000.
B Pendragon.
And Teus.
NW Cats.
He was in the chat tonight too. Railroad.
Korsgat.
UDAC.
Doramore.
the terrible tease, who's actually a wonderful person.
There you go. How ironic. And last but not least, and definitely in the chat tonight, for all you spilly drinkers, it's Wet Coaster.
Folks, thanks for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. So if you like the show, please click on the Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website. Better yet, share your ideas for things we can talk about. If you like the vibe, please subscribe wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. For example, if you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you may hide from the kiss cam, but you would eventually clap. But since you're on a podcast, leave us a free, fast, fabulous, fantastic 5-star review, and there's no kiss cam to hide from on a podcast. And we might, might click on you and bring you up there, but that's not the same. Where is that? Call 253-693-TFTC and leave a comment, ask a question, or share your best dad joke any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cashingnw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific for a live show and chat. This show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, Jay Kennedy, and Brian Lang, wherever he may be. This show is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2024 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks,
Sorry, when was it copyright?
2025, even. All the years. Wow.
And this year.
Wow. We're 7 months, almost 8 months into this year, and I still made a mistake. Wow. You think by now you get it. No. Folks, stay tuned for
The After Show.
The After Show. Apparently, it's the Caching in the Northwest usual suspects.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
seen us.
It's 7 o'clock on a Thursday. Regular crowd shuffles in.
Yeah. There's 3 old men in the corner.
I did my best to go through and star the FATAS while you were doing the close.
Well
let's
done.
see if we don't have a chat like you, but I tried.
Maybe we don't need one anymore.
Do I get a raise?
Yeah.
So let's see. We mentioned to GeoCaren, his hello from Denmark, or at least visiting Chicago from Denmark. And
Awesome.
there was a follow-up to that.
Arrived in
there we go.
Chicago to start my summer vacation trip, starting off tomorrow, hopefully finding Beverly. And maybe that's her travel companion. And then heading to Midwest Geobash on Saturday and Camp Mingo. I think it's supposed to be. Migo?
Camp Migo next week.
Camp Migo. Yeah, yes, of course. We talked about Camp Migo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not Mingo.
Very cool.
Mingo. Who needs that? No, Beverly is the second oldest cache in the country, I believe.
I don't know. It's an oldie. I know that.
Or traveling companion of Karen. I don't know which one.
One or the other. Or both.
This wasn't a FATAS, but we were talking earlier about logging caches from home. And Kevin, the cool cow, said, I'm at home logging caches from last week as we speak.
Okay.
Well,
I've done that. I've logged all week trying to catch up with the ones that I found over the weekend, but that's different. I actually found
that
those.
is, yeah.
Exactly. That's funny though, right? Because we get what he's getting at, but yeah.
So what else we got here? GSM times 2 said there's a spreadsheet that tracks the community's progress of filling in memory pages.
We didn't even talk about that. We should have.
There.
Next week. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's go in depth on it next week.
If we can remember memories. See how I did that?
Yeah.
Well done.
The community will help you remember.
I'm just trying to jump over there and
let's see. Seaback Tribe says going ape event packages are available on the website.
Okay, cool.
Might be some podcast hosts there. They might not. You never know. Turn up in the oddest places.
we are turnips. Lettuce, turnip.
And odd.
Yeah. And
that's a couple of weeks away yet. But if you're looking for something this weekend, you could head to the WSGA campout. It's near Raymond.
Is Raymond anywhere near Beverly? Are they traveling?
I don't know,
together?
but everybody loves it.
Yeah, everybody
loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Oh, we are so funny amongst ourselves.
Let's see. We as we mentioned, Ape is T-2 weeks and 2 days away. And cool. He also asks, is anyone planning on going to the block party in Oregon? GC
I am.
Bravo 32 Papa Delta.
That's the one in September to commemorate the original stash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Now
I was
I
going to say,
32
if it's
police
this weekend,
department.
no, but if it's in September, maybe I might
Yeah.
try to make that.
Very cool.
JT Coffee will be at that block party in Oregon. So
Excellent.
I need all the more reason to go there. This weekend, however, as we mentioned, is that camp out. You can get there. GC Bravo 1 Papa Yankee Charlie.
Oh, nice.
And the code for, as we love this one, the Return of the Ape. It's GC Away J.
But I
GC Alpha
still might
Whiskey Alpha
come.
Yankee Juliet. In the meantime, go ahead. Somebody else. I've been hogging all the FATAS.
Yeah. So JT Coffee shares that her and Geocaches are hosting a double header CETO and meetup on August 3rd up near GCD.
Ooh.
I guess we're done the podcast now.
Uh-oh. Oh man, we shouldn't have said it. Folks, good night. Oh no, we've got more to talk about.
Yeah. And her
Yeah.
partner in crime, Geocaches, shares that just a thanks to GSM times 2 for creating the awesome making memories spreadsheet. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Little love in the community there tonight. Awesome.
So
Everybody, thank everybody.
I'm asking for a friend that the cache shall not be named. Is there a meetup to go hike it? An event,
Oh,
a get together, but apparently there's a CETO. So
yeah.
event at Drew Brew.
Yeah. I'm
Sounds
not
like a
familiar with
brewery that
Yeah.
somebody, sketched on the back of a napkin.
it.
At
Yeah.
Drew Brew.
That's so the CETO is at GC Bravo Alpha 6 Juliet 5, and the event afterwards is at Drew Brew GC Bravo Alpha 6 Juliet 6. Oh, wow, look at
How'd you
that.
get that?
There's sequential.
Yeah.
Fun.
She must have an inside source to do something like that.
You gotta figure. Yeah. The power.
Infinite cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. Camp. The Camp Clan says thank you to all who came to Monkey Cake's events on Saturday. I have to say, Sunday. Sorry, I was there. I don't know what day it was, but I was there. Monkey Cakes had her birthday at Seven Seas Brewery. Great location, right? I come a little bit early to help set up, and she's busy putting out all the food. I mean, the spread was incredible. You would think it was catered, and it was by her.
Hey,
I'm
the
going,
Camp Clan knows how to host events. Let me tell
boy,
you.
don't they?
Yeah.
Boy, howdy. And I thought, no, you can't be doing this. This is your birthday. So here, show me what you're doing. I looked at what she's doing. I can do that. Go start something else. And then I come and took over whatever she was doing next. I was like, okay, I know how to put that together. I can do this. But it was a lot of fun and good eats.
Very good.
Did we mention the spreadsheet link?
Well, there's the link for
I
anybody.
think we did, but there's a repeat. So if you didn't get it, it's too hard to read Bitly codes on the air. So just go check out the link in the comments.
Boy, oh boy.
Land Monkey, you take this one.
Oh, sorry. I'd flipped back over to the live chat because I was trying to keep up. Keats94 is sharing a thanks for, I think, everybody here on the podcast tonight for keeping him company while he edits his next video to try and release on Saturday. Start of his series on adventures to Nova Scotia. Experiencing some East Coast charm. Well, there's definitely lots of East Coast charm in the Maritimes. Very cool. What else have we got here? JT Coffee. Oh, good question. Where is the next cache machine? So there you go, research department. Geo Karen follows up with a little bit of clarity around
Old caches.
Old caches, and that may or may not be travel companions. Third oldest found Mingo in 2021. Also found GC12 Lane Cove in Sydney, and Geocache by Kevin Anderson in New Zealand.
Wow.
If I managed to find Beverly, I will have found the 5 oldest caches. Very, very cool.
That's cool. That's very cool. Kinley is Red's wife. She was on the podcast a few weeks ago.
Awesome.
There
You go.
Context.
Bingo. Oh, did you see the light bulb above my head? Come on.
Indeed.
We're so good when people spell it right out for us.
Right? We work well with crayons. Yeah.
Geocaches is also going to be at the September Oregon event.
Nice.
Cool. All the cool kids, apparently.
That's right. They're misty, watercolored memories
Very
of the way we were.
funny.
Pictures. Okay. And I don't know where the next cache machine is, but I know pretty much when it'll be because they're near every quarter, right?
Quarter solstice.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what's the other, the solstice, the
Meridian or something, or I don't remember now.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But-
lots of stuff to.
in case you needed to know, Caching Cans has a hotel booked for the Oregon Block Party.
Oh, there you go.
Well, if you need a place to stay,
He's
yeah.
got the entire hotel booked.
He's
We
probably
can
got a
stay there.
suite, you know.
Yes.
Equinox. There you go.
Equinox.
Equinox. Thank you.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Very cool. All right. Well, awesome chat tonight. You guys, we love it when you get that
Yeah.
engaged in the conversation. It's fun. It's hard to keep up sometimes, but that's part of the fun.
Oh, and I stand corrected. I did see that. The cache machine, Terrible Teas, Andrew already mentioned Pullman or Moscow in October-ish for the cache machine.
There you go.
That could really be like, a Halloween event instead of something in July. Yeah, and just throwing that out there. Oh, J-Car says a memorial event for K7 Wave on Sunday.
Oh,
GC Bravo 5 Juliet Zulu Whiskey.
all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear the passing, but good
Yeah.
that there's a memorial event.
Mm-hmm.
Celebration of life.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Whew.
Whew.
Are we all exhausted?
Yeah.
We haven't had that busy of an after show in a while.
That was great.
It was awesome, you guys.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us. And until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.